Smack talking raw, where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is smack talking raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom.
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm Pinky, and that smooth criminal over there is Ronstradamus. How we doing, playa? Oh, you're all muted, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we are. We got
Hello,
you. We
can
got
you hear? Okay, we're back in it. Can you hear me?
We got you.
So, yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on in the world that we live in of sports and elsewhere. You know, like, check this out. Broncos, big game last week against the Kansas City Chiefers. We done stand up tall, brother, and it's time to go number one seed coming up on Sunday, baby. Let's go.
Gonna make it happen. Gonna make it happen.
For those of you that are new to Smack Talking Raw, we just want to thank you so very much for tuning in. Super excited about being here with you guys today. We're just two wrestling fans that decided to do a podcast, and our numbers are improving. So drop a like or comment, spread the word about what it is that we do on Smack Talking Raw, because we have the most bangingest music, both the intro and the outro, that you guys will hear in the world of sports and entertainment. So there's that.
Ronstradamus, before we rant, I got a little show and tell again.
All right, come on with it. What you got?
Your favorite harmony thought it would be a good idea to go get me some wrestling figures for Christmas. These came out. We were watching Raw or SmackDown one time, and they had a commercial for these. These have been re-released. They're only at Target. So I got Dusty Rhodes, Logan Paul.
Nice.
Your man, the Hulkster.
That's right, brother. The largest arms in the world. Let's go.
And then Hannah found this in DC and picked this up for me in DC. We couldn't find it at the Target here. So
that's what I'm talking about, bro. So you got all four of them.
I got all four. I got the whole set. Also, a little story time. So we got back from DC, and I really missed the opportunity to buy the John Cena hat. And I was like, I need to go in the store. I got to buy the hat. So I buy the hat. It won't get delivered till March for some reason. I don't know. But then I also saw on sale, and this literally got delivered like 10 minutes before I came down to the show. And the wife was really mad because she opened it up before I got upstairs.
The ruler. The ruler is in full effect, brother. Check that out.
Guess how much this was?
Probably about $119.
$30.
Okay. And that's going to be worth big money because he's going to be a big time player.
And this is a 16 by 20.
Nice.
So I was super excited about that purchase. I was just hoping it was going to get delivered tomorrow when the wife was at work. So they always get me, Ron.
It's good to have transparency because let me give it up for Hannah. I don't know about you guys that are wrestling fans out there or even what wrestling girls. Like, it's hard to get your spouse to be in on the game. And Hannah went all the way to Washington, D.C. to watch John Cena's last match. I remember when I first started hanging out with Pinky, there would be no Hannah in the program because Hannah was not having it. And now she's kind of pseudo become wearing a set. I mean, Do you have Good Morning Football where you were in Good Morning Football this morning, friend? Do you have video about that?
I do. I just got to share it and see what happens.
This man, he sends me a text message this morning at the butt-ass crack of dawn, and I'm like, what is this? And I look and I see a picture that I'd already seen, but then he puts out there Good Morning Football. This man was on Good Morning Football this morning with Hannah. So watch this video. Watch this take.
Next, Aaron and Hannah Pinkerton came in strong. It appears that Aaron is about to get steel chaired by Hannah, who is wearing a Seth Rollins shirt. What's up, Seth? We got a belt, we got a flatbed, we got an Angry Run shirt, and a Broncos hat. The Pinkerton party, I love it. But this week's winner comes from where?
I didn't win, but I got on the show.
That's right. So it didn't matter. It doesn't matter if I won or not. I'm on your show. There it is, and that's the bottom line.
And I did have Hannah hit me with a chair. We took some videos of it.
Let's have proof. Let's see the video proof. Let's go.
I got to cut it up and put it on Facebook. I ain't done that part yet. But the first time she missed the target zone, got me right in the back of the head.
She did that on purpose. She asked me, should I hit him in the target zone or should I? Sorry about it, Pink. It's all cool.
The second one though, she got it right in the target zone. Didn't hurt at all. I did all the acting. It was great. It was perfect. So, yeah, shout out to my wife. She definitely she puts on a little bit of a protest, but then she goes, "Yeah, I love you, so I guess I'll do it." So,
attaboy, and attagirl. You know, those of you that are new to our program, we have different segments that we have. We usually have just like a get to reconnect, me and Pinky talking about what's going on the past week in our lives. Our show is weekly. We broadcast live on Tuesdays. You can catch it on YouTube or on Facebook or elsewhere any other time during the week, what have you. But if you want to be live and you want to be live and proud, come on at this time. Usually about this time I do my Ron's rant. So I'm about to come with it. So this is the point in time where you've been really looking forward to getting this crap out of your life that's really frustrating you and otherwise. So here we go. So my rant today is about the WWE draft. So every year they have a freaking draft. And every year people move from one brand to another. And there's never anything that's freaking exciting in the last 11, 12 years. Ever since really when Cena moved from SmackDown to Raw, that was the last time because they had Cena move from SmackDown to Raw and Batista move from Raw to SmackDown. And that was a big, big change of the champions at that time. But the thing that I just really want to speak out to you, Paul Levesque, and just really, your booking in 2025 was terrible. I mean, it's almost like you wanted to help the competition to get some legs up on you. And that's what's happening. I got a chance to take a peek at AEW, World's End, and all of that. And that was phenomenal product. We don't talk about AEW very often here, but the product was really good this past weekend, resulting in a future WWE Hall of Famer, MJF, coming to WWE in the future and lighting the world on fire. But getting back to my rant. My rant today is really about why when we make a draft come together, we're not bringing people together to create new alliances. Like, say, for example, Logan Paul. He was transferred over to Raw. He just happened to come over because of the fact that Seth Rollins got hurt. But wouldn't it be cool if people that you wouldn't normally see as bedfellows together, these strange bedfellows to come together and they create this whole new thing. And then when their partner comes from the other SmackDown to Raw, they're like, hey, man, let's get the party back together. And everybody's like, well, wait a minute. I'm now with this person now. And then we've been rocking the last year or 2 years. Like, create storylines that make the product feel so much more fresher. Right now, Triple H, our product sounds like since WrestleMania 40, when we were in Las Vegas and we're watching Seth Rollins and everybody just go through the whole thing with The Rock and it's so frustrating to watch this whole product go to shit. And the problem with it going to shit is that we're sitting here paying high ticket prices. Me and Pinky are talking about going to Money in the Bank this year. And I think to myself, I'm like, do I really want to spend that money on it for it to suck, right? I don't want it to suck. I want it to be outstanding. I've been to 10 WrestleManias. 10 WrestleManias, not to mention all the other things. I love this product. But the thing I don't love right now is Triple H, and ain't nobody talking about your job. So, Paul, in order for us to get along and get along well to where you'll hear good words on this show when you're watching it, I'm just telling you like this, brother. Book professional wrestling, man. Stop trying to be like you're so sophisticated and I have this long-term booking that will help everybody to be so much better and get. No, it's not, bro. We got stuff that's coming up that's for real. 2026, got the Royal Rumble. Netflix is trying to get rid of you. ESPN is trying to get rid of you. USA, they got SmackDown going to 3 hours. Pretty soon they're going to want to get rid of you. The thing that I'm talking about is this, is we got to get the product to be awesome. We could have had Montez Ford be under the freaking mask. And what kind of change would that have been to have Montez Ford in the vision? We could have had Apollo Creed, who's been sitting on the sideline for the last 15 years. We could have had anybody. You bring out Austin Theory, and then he loses to Rey Mysterio in one of his first matches with the mask off. What kind of booking are you doing, Triple H? This is ridiculous. So my last part of this is for everybody that's going to tune in both now, thank you, and that's going to be tuning in later on, thank you. Let's hear your rant. What is your issue that you have right now with WWE programming? Because as a longtime wrestling fan, and I got 41 years inside of this business watching it, I've seen Ric Flair, I've seen Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin, Jimmy Valiant, I've seen Hulk Hogan, Adrian Adonis, Rowdy Piper. I could go on and on. The thing that I just want you to know is that in this time, in this era that we're in right now, we have so many possibilities. The champions look like crap. The challengers look like crap. There's no future. So what in the hell are we doing, Pinky? I'm through with it. There it is.
Well, let's. I was gonna hold this for a moment, but let's talk about the future. Okay, let's talk about the future for one moment, because there's one guy that can save the future, and we've already talked about him. It's Oba. Oba, I kid you not, when he came out at Saturday Night's Main Event, the crowd went nuts. It's like everybody who was there knew who he was. We didn't need an introduction. We were chanting, Oba, Oba. And he was, he was getting it. I was like, thank you. He is coming. They just put a vignette on Raw. I'm thinking he's a free agent, kind of. They're doing this whole free agent thing with Javon and Trick Williams now. And I think Oba's going to save it. He's going to bring us into the light. I believe it. I am behind Oba. He's going to save us. He's a guy I can get behind. He could be an awesome monster. He could be a great baby face that just beats the crap out of everybody and smiles with the kids afterwards. Like, this is the guy I'm going to stake the company on.
Okay. I dig it.
No. Now, that's one thing, and I wanted to get your opinion about that, because that's where I'm at with Oba. I started going back and just kind of watching some of his NXT matches. They're all fantastic. He also is able to help his opponent look amazing as well. Like, whoever he's in the ring with, they look really good, and they create those moments where they go, oh, he's going to beat the ruler. Like that. Oh my God, he's going to beat him. Ricky Saints. And of course, Ricky Saints did beat him until the second time. But like, he just has that ability to create that, like Gunther. This guy's going to be great. The next one I wanted to talk about, a little bit dear to your heart. Braun Breaker recently. You know, I'm not a Braun Breaker guy. But I'm gonna go out there and just say the last two promos he's done, he's getting better. He's getting better. So my question to you, is this the moment coming up Monday, January 5th, where they take the title from CM Punk and put it on Braun Breaker, and let's see what happens?
Logically, I would think that this is where they would want to go with this. consecutive with that, I think that they may want to do something stupid like have Braun Breaker go into the Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble because it'll give him more cred to like get an opportunity to fight the world champion at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker is our future based upon the story that they're telling. And with that being said, you got to give him a high profile opportunity. So it's either January 5th or it's on it's at Royal Rumble. If he wins on January 5th, what happens to CM Punk? It takes away a little of the luster of that. What happens to Roman Reigns? What happens to, there's all this high quality talent that's out there. You got Drew McIntyre. You got all these guys out there that are high level people. And if you have Braun Breaker beat CM Punk at January 5th, then it leaves a real gap in regards to the booking, because then what?
It's a big deal. Now, I mean, the only thing I can see happening here is, again, the Vision somebody gets involved, there's shenanigans, and the title doesn't change hands on Raw. But I do feel like Braun is putting his big boy pants on. If they have Punk beat him clean, you're not ready yet, kid. Go back to the minors. You're not ready yet, right? I have a hard time seeing them do that.
Well, I think that also, I don't think that there's going to be a conclusive, like anybody pins anybody clean. I think no matter what, the Vision's going to get involved. It's just a matter of whether Punk or Breaker wins the final fall on the match.
So would you agree that Braun is improving? And becoming a little more believable?
I've always liked Braun. When he first came into WWE and he was first called up to NXT, I was like, this dude is amazing. Why isn't he already on the main roster? And they kept him down there a little bit too long. But I mean, he went from being a face when he first came to being a bad guy, and now he's carried on that role. I think he's going to be a good tweener. I think he's going to be a good Austin type role model, because I don't think he's going to change his edge. I think that the way fans start to perceive him is going to change over time, because he's going to be one of those people you can't hate.
Man, if he would lean into the Steiner math, I'd be all about it.
I don't think that he studied that from that book. I think he got traditional training as far as his math went.
And then moving on to the sad part of the show, Dirty Dom has been confirmed with a shoulder injury that he received at the AAA match that he had with him and El Grande versus Rey Mysterio and Rey Fenix. That was a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer, because I think that Dominic, he's just starting to come into his own, but I think that when he does come back, I think they're going to have no other choice but to turn him face. You know, they're going to have some kind of face turn for him.
Now he, it sounds like he's only out 4 weeks-ish. So I don't know if that means they'll take his titles from him or they'll give him some time, because it's not a long-term injury. So we'll see. But there's some fraction going on in Judgment Day. You know, JD McDonough's gone. Finn's been gone for a little bit. They've got all the infighting with Roxanne, Raquel, and Liv right now. It might be time for Judgment Day to blow up. It might be that time. We'll see.
You know what would be really nice is if they had a situation to where the girls just took over for a while, and then their inbreed fighting just turns to them having a match at WrestleMania that puts in control for WWE and, who has the Judgment Day and who has the reigns, and then the other two can go off and do their own thing. Liv Morgan, she's obviously the doll of the ball for the group, but it's one of those things to where Liv Morgan without Dom, or Liv Morgan that maybe they need to turn it up on Netflix. That's one of the biggest problems is that they're playing 2 PG in an era where they don't have to play 2 PG in. They can let it rip. Just let it rip.
Right.
Let it rip. Let it, I much rather ask for forgiveness than permission. You know what I'm saying? Just let it rip. Like on next Monday, coming on the 1st year anniversary of Netflix, let that sumbitch rip. Bring Stone Cold out. recruit MJF, like everybody go F-bombs and S-bombs and everything else. Do whatever that you can. Get this product to get on fire, because right now it is boring. It just is.
I know they have this idea that they won't have, like, the sponsors won't like this. I guarantee you, if all the ratings are up and the rate and everything's up, sponsors will be like, you know what, people enjoy it. Like, this is what we want from wrestling, right? At the end of the day, we want to escape our lives and just be entertained for 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
We want to see stories unfold. F you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take your girl. I'm going to beat you down. You know, whatever it is, we want it unfiltered. We want it to feel real. And it's hard to feel real when most of the time we don't, besides the Drew McIntyre CM Punk feud, I don't know if we feel real hatred.
Right. I mean, go back and look at, if you're a wrestling fan, you're not a real wrestling fan unless you know the history of the game. Go look up Ric Flair promos and just go look where he's talking about Dusty Rhodes. I'm the nature boy. You really felt like they hated each other. I thought that Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair were going to hate each other for the rest of their lives. And when I found out that Dusty was the booker and Ric Flair was his biggest antagonist and all this sort of stuff, I was in shock. I was like, I can't believe that those guys had any kind of relationship with each other. But nowadays, it's like in the NFL. They finish the game. I just finished brutalizing you for the last 60 minutes of the game. Come here and let's exchange jersey swaps, right? What in the hell kind of programming are we doing? It takes away the suspense of the product. And so that's why a person like Dominic Mysterio, who just generated heat a few years ago, and he's maintained said heat for the entire time since he took on the heat. Gunther, I love Gunther. You know Gunther's my man. But there's no heat from him beating John Cena. No real heat. He has to come out and say, I made John Cena tap out. He's a bitch. And he goes on about his day and everything like that. And people boo him. But like when Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania and he came out on that Monday Night Raw, that was epic. I was booing my TV. I was like, boo, boo, right? Nobody wanted The Undertaker to lose to Roman Reigns. Anyway, I'm going to turn back to my good guy side, and I'm going to say we wish you well, Dominic, and thank you so very much for all that you do, brother.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be back quickly, and we're excited for what you do in 2026 because you had a pretty damn good 2025. All right, so starting off with what our topic for the show, the top 10 matches of 2025. I've got graphics for my list. I didn't get your list, so I'm gonna be excited to hear what you thought of this year because we haven't really talked about it. I had a couple honorable mentions I just wanted to bring up. So I'll be interested to see what you think about these honorable mentions.
Okay. Oh.
Ethan Page and Ricky Saints at the Great American Bash, and this was a street fight.
That was a great match. Could have easily been on the top 10 for sure.
It's one of those things. I don't know if it was like, it's not quite elevated by where they're at in stature right now, but I was thoroughly entertained. That was the best part of the Great American Bash for sure. This one holds a special place in my heart, and I'm sure yours as well.
Yes,
Stephanie Vaquera versus Io Sky at WrestlePalooza. And what happened at WrestlePalooza, Ron? Stephanie Vaquera made me cry. That's what happened. I had a tear. My wife was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, she just won. Her dad's down in the crowd. That's it. You know, her story and, you know, knowing her backstory, what she's been through, like that just made that moment that much greater in my opinion. So this was fantastic. Probably didn't get enough run. This match was good, but it didn't have the run time that it probably needed to be on the top 10. Yeah.
That's another one. Hell yeah.
And I was close to putting this on the list. Like it was. I looked at my 10 and I kept trying to find a way to get it on there, and let's just say John Cena ruled my 10. Okay, obviously, but this was a fantastic match. If you haven't seen it, Oba, Trick Williams, Javon Evans at Stand and Deliver. That was during WrestleMania weekend. Fantastic match. It was. You could argue it's right there below Bianca, Rhea, and Io Sky at WrestleMania. Like, you could have put this on the WrestleMania card. It would have made WrestleMania 41 better. And let's see, what else did we have? All right, so the next one, people forget how good this match was this year because it was January 6th, long time ago.
So where do you rank this?
So this is still on my honorable mentions. This was a
You're gonna be
really
here all day doing honorable mentions. These people want to see the top 10, brother.
All right, I'll move it along. So obviously, Cena and Orton one last time. Really good match. We had Cena and Punk, Night of Champions. Also a really good match. All right. Now are we ready to start the top 10?
Yes, we are.
All right. Pinky's top 10. Number 10. John Cena and Gunther. Obviously, a little biased because I was there in the crowd. The way they told that story, even if you don't like the ending of the story, it was fantastic. And it really every time I watch Gunther, I just get reminded of old 80s wrestling. Like I think he could have been a monster in the 80s and done the same things he's doing now. To me, I think I gravitate to Gunther in his style because of that. Number 10. What do you got for 10, Ron?
It's so interesting. I have the exact same match. John Cena and Gunther. I have that as my number 10 also. The reason why it's so low on my list, and it could have easily been outside of the list, is that there was the wrestling inside of the match was just okay. The symbolism of having it be John Cena's last match, that was the nostalgia of it all, to propel it in the top 10. And how it ended really dropped this down the notch a lot, because John Cena's whole gimmick was never give up, and for him to give up, and I don't care how you go around it. I'm a 41-year wrestling fan. I understand the time-honored tradition of you go out on your back at the time when you leave the profession. But the problem with that whole thing is that we are in a situation to where John Cena and Gunther was not the match that everybody wanted anyway. So if you're not going to have the match that you want anyway, and it really didn't propel Gunther, and it left John Cena's character looking ratchet, I think that this is one of those disappointing moments that, unfortunately, it was a good match. Goodbye, John. But also at the same time, damn it, John, you could have had so much more, brother.
Yeah, I still waiting for the payoff for Gunther. We'll see. You know, we got a couple more months to see how this payoff happens, if it happens.
Yes.
So I'm showing my love here. At 9, I've got Gunther and CM Punk at SummerSlam. I don't know. I'm sure you remember this, but Gunther beat CM Punk's ass for 30 minutes and then made a mistake, and CM Punk capitalized and won that title. He was the champ. And then he wasn't. You're muted, buddy. Still muted. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, I can't do it. You're still muted. It says you muted yourself. Click on the screen. I think on the screen there's a little.
I did it.
There you go.
All right. So this is lower down on my list as far as having this particular match. My number 9 was Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch from Backlash. I thought that was an incredibly great match. told a great story between those two because
Was that the street fight one?
this
Or was the
one
street fight one after that?
this one was the street fight was after this one. This one was what they did in this match is they had a match that really dominated on their offensive prowess, a lot of counters inside of the match. They had submissions and a lot of great falls that came through that match. Lyra Valkyria, it's where it made me become a little bit of her fan because I wasn't really a true Lyra Valkyria fan when we first started on this road with her. But I think that, yeah, woo, 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 right? But now I'm seeing that she has some depth to her character, and that's awesome to watch.
Yeah, this that match was great. The feud with Becky this year was really damn good. I would say that's the feud of the year, to be honest. Was Becky and Lyra.
That's one of those great matches that will always look back on. It was a catapult to her career for sure.
And then let's see, where are we at? Here we go. So at number 8, I've got Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, triple threat at WrestleMania Night 1 main event. And we all know what happened. They had a fantastic match. And then Paul Heyman turned on CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
I have that match also, but I have it lower down on the list. Incredible match, 3 incredible superstars in the prime of their careers, and just having them have the opportunity to be able to showcase their talents was a real treat to watch.
And it's kind of weird because thankfully they got Paul Heyman involved in this, but Roman Reigns was kind of the odd man out because CM Punk hates Seth Rollins hates CM Punk. There's obviously beef between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns and CM Punk, it's not a really good feud between them. There's not really much hate there. Just kind of like, whatever. So
yeah, they've kind of been on opposite sides of the continent, right? So at the end of the day, when they do finally lock up and come together, I think that's going to be a magical match, and hopefully that's something that can show up in the next year and a half or so, for sure.
I know you will remember this match.
Whoa. It's my turn at number 8, friend.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Okay.
Don't be trying to push me out of the way.
I got excited.
I saw that. So my number 8 is John Cena, Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I thought that match was the best match of the whole soliloquy that John Cena put out there for the 2025 season. And because WrestleMania was so terrible, it kind of, for me, it just evened out. It would be a lot higher on my list had it been like a continuity of the WrestleMania. Like, oh man, Cena won and now Cody won, but it was a terrible match at WrestleMania followed by an extraordinarily good match. So if I blend those two together, that's where I land up. It's an 8 for me.
Okay, I can respect that. I think I'm trying to think of where this is at. So 10, 9, 8, 7. I've got DIY versus Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns in a ladder match, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, which absolutely made us go, why the hell wasn't this on WrestleMania? This was like amazing. So these guys threw down. I mean, at that point in the year, I think this was the best match of the year at the point that this happened. But then through the course of the year, it had to move down a little bit. So I have this at number 7.
Okay, my number 7 is the 6-man TLC at WWE SummerSlam.
The 8-man.
It was a 6 team. Excuse me, the 6 team.
Oh, the 6 teams. So 12
So
men.
with Montel Ford and the Wyatts and Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Andrade and Dragon Lee, and then Faxium. That match was incredible. in every which way possible. I wanted to put it higher on my list, but I also realized that from this, the division got worse. It didn't get better
did.
from that point.
The SmackDown tag team division as it currently sits, as soon as they put the belts on the Wyatt Six, it got boring. And
Yeah, it got really predictable and really uninspired as far as like things went and everything like that. So for me, I thought that this was the best that they had to offer at that point in time, and it's just unfortunate that the product just isn't better because of it.
well, that's what's crazy is they brought the MFTs in, they brought the Wyatts in, and now the tag team division is worse than what it was before they showed up. That should tell you something.
Yeah,
Triple H.
that's what I'm talking about for sure.
I got a feeling this one's on your list, but it might be a little bit higher for you, I'm sure. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble. This was a great day since it was my birthday.
Yes, it was, but you don't remember very much of it.
I remember a little bit. I went back and watched the match. It was a fantastic match. These guys really did a great job. They really brought that brutality. You could kind of feel like you knew they're friends, but they hate each other today. Like they did a great job, man. I love this match. So this was 6 for me, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really, really incredible match. And
Or this is 5.
you're not gonna be disappointed because I'm gonna have that up here coming up soon. So
I figured you would.
the next match that I have on my list at number 6 is Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov for the SmackDown for the title, for the US title. Ilya had been off TV for a long period of time, and it immediately became a match of the year candidate for me because I didn't realize how good Ilya Dragunov really was. I had picked him up a time or two in NXT, and watching this match between him and Sammy, where he ended up becoming a U.S. championship winner and defending the title religiously every week, I thought that was an incredible turn of events for Ilya.
Yeah, that was a great match. And then it just led down the road to pretty much the best match on SmackDown every week since has been the US title open challenge.
Yes.
So
I'm a little bummed out that he lost the title because I was just looking to see where he was going to go with it. But at the end of the day, now we got Melo.
It's him, baby. It's him.
It's him. It's his time.
It's time. I'm excited for Melo. I'm excited to see what he can do. He's put in a lot of time and effort and work for this moment. So let's cheers, Carmelo. Cheers. At number 5, I have let me find it. There we go. John Cena and AJ Styles in Australia at Crown Jewel, reminding us all why we love wrestling.
Reminds us because they were using each other's finishing maneuvers, not to mention that, but other people's finishing maneuvers. The fans in France Perth were so out of control with regards to how they were cheering for the match and everything. It was everything balled up in one, and it was incredible.
And as we talked about moments last week, I really was mad at myself for not picking out the middle of this match when John Cena puts AJ and the Sister Abigail, and then there's the moment he's on the mat and the Fireflies are out, and you could see John Cena almost shed a tear. Like that was like just a great moment, just encapsulated inside of that match. So I love this match.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Number 5 for you, my friend.
So number 5 for me is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I thought that was a really great match. And when I looked at the finish of this match and just the body of work that was done inside of it, You would think with these three wrestlers that you don't need a title on the line, but the absence of the title made the heel turn work that Paul Heyman did and does not really shine through as very important, because although the Vision has done well in the aftermath as a group, it didn't really propel anyone. It didn't really propel them forward in that process. It felt like a slap together group, and it still does. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do in 2026 with the Vision.
We shall see what their long-term story is with that. At number 4, and we're getting close here. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I've got John Cena and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Which some would argue it's at least in an argument that this may be John Cena's best match of all time. Is number 1. The story they told, him coming back to the light, his intro was one of the most electric intros, just because we'd seen the darkness for months, and then we see it just light up with color, was fantastic.
Yeah.
And they put on a great street fight. Probably is even better because 41 was so bad. Like you mentioned, I just think this was fantastic, and it just left me with a lot of memories. And I was sad to see Cena lose, but then also I was like, okay, I understand. Like, I get it. It's officially passing the torch to Cody. So, what'd you have for number 4?
For number 4, real easy for me in regards to this is the DIY, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Street Profits. That was one of the best matches of 2025 for me, and it came on regular TV. Like, I can't believe that wasn't on the pay-per-view, just like you mentioned, and it delivered on a level that is unprecedented. If you get a chance to watch this match, this was worth every penny of it.
Absolutely. Fantastic. At number 3, and I think this match, there's so much depth to it. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley at Evolution. And to this day, Rhea Ripley has still not beat Io Sky.
Still.
They put on a fantastic match, and again created one of the best moments of the year when what happened, Ron?
Naomi cashed in on them bitches.
Naomi cashed in, running out after we had already, like we talked about, she'd already went through a table with Jade. Wasn't even crossing our mind that she was going to cash in. And that started her whole, proceed with caution and being the heel. And I thought she did such a great job at that. I miss Naomi now. But this match was so great. And then that happened. And that's kind of what makes it. It's also very memorable to me. So that's why I had this at number 3.
So number 3 for me is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins from first night of Netflix. I thought that match really brought some necessary anxiety and animosity between those two, which needed to happen. And they're forever enemies, like Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. And it's one of those things to where I can imagine these guys fighting forever until one day they have to become partners in some way, and it's going to be weird.
That would be really weird, because they keep up the kayfabe. Even outside, like anytime they do interviews, they will talk mad trash about each other. Seth Rollins hates that, CM Punk's a Bears fan. They talk about it like it's hilarious. So good stuff from both of those guys. At number 2, and I know a lot of people will not see eye to eye with me on this, but hear me out. Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo at Worlds Collide was on a different level. And if you haven't watched it, you're doing yourself a disservice. This match had everything. And I mean everything in it. This was fantastic.
You know what? I love that match. and I loved it more the second time when I watched it after you told me how much you loved it. Made me appreciate it from a pure wrestling standpoint. Chad Gable has the goods, man. A lot of times you look at Chad Gable and he eats a lot of defeats, but as far as his pure wrestling prowess and what it is that he brings as a professional athlete to the dance, I'm not going to say he's unmatched because obviously somebody doesn't see something that I see, but I just want to acknowledge the fact that this match between El Hijo del Vikingo and Chad Gable, that is one. If you have not had a chance to watch it, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Go ahead and check that match out. That match was sick. Go check it out.
Really good. I will say when it comes to most of the AAA events this year, I've enjoyed all of them. All of the AAA events have been great. And if you're like, well, all of them this year have all had WWE superstars in the matches. All of them. So do yourself a favor, check them out if you haven't done it. This one should be at the top of the list for sure. What did you have at number 2?
At number 2, I have Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky with the cash in for Naomi. That match was incredible because it was already a very good match when we were watching it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they were all up in the audience, in the stands and everything, just putting it out there. And all of a sudden, Naomi's music hits. And it's like, no way. And she comes out and she's doing some things. The next thing you know, she comes out with the pin. You and I, we literally screamed out loud when she won the title. And that was an incredible moment. So good job, Paul, in booking this match the right way to make it so that we built the superstar and she's having a baby. So she's building another superstar. So good job to Naomi.
Building the future. At number 1, I don't think this should be of any surprise to anybody. I'm sure you probably already know what it is. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair.
And so I have the exact same match as my number 1 because there's no doubt this was the girl, the guy match of all 2025. So go ahead.
This is really the I felt like for this year, this really put Io Sky on the map. It was unfortunate that Bianca got hurt in this match, so we haven't seen her since. She's been out since April. And this may have been Rhea still put in some good matches this year, but I feel like this was like her prime moment as well. And I know her and Io had the match at Evolution, which was still really good. It just didn't quite have this feel to it. And for this to lead off night 2 of WrestleMania 41, which we were pretty, we were like, okay, Seth, Roman, and CM Punk saved night 1. Thank God these ladies did what they did on night 2 because the rest of night 2 was pretty much garbage.
Yes. Yes. So the thing I got out of this match is I'm a huge fan of all 3 of these women. So the fact that they put all of these women in the same exact match was incredible. I'm a huge Bianca Belair fan because she comes out and she's the Super Cena of the women's division. Rhea Ripley is the Undertaker of the women's division. You got Io Sky. She's the Shawn Michaels of this division. So you put these 3 characters together and allow them to do their thing. They sparkled like shining diamonds, my friend. And I look back on this match. I actually have to watch it again because there's a couple of WrestleManias that I'm not really big fans of. 37 just because it was inside of the Performance Center, and this one. 41 was just a dud. And they're going back to Las Vegas this year, and I'm hoping they can figure it out. Next year, they're in Saudi Arabia. They're talking about getting 2 WrestleManias going and everything like that. And that's what's made WrestleMania so special is that it's one time a year, same time of the year. But
it's the Super Bowl for them.
Yeah. So these 3 ladies and the fact that they were able to go out there and outdo the men by a long episode. I look back at Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. They put on a great match, but these women right here, their match that they put on at WrestleMania 41, I remember us screaming and yelling and doing all the things that a wrestling fan wants to do.
And we were so involved because we like all three of these women. I'm not the just Bianca fan, but I do respect her. That we were just in the match, cheering every single thing that happened. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. What? Oh, like it wasn't that back and forth. Like I want Rhea to win. I want Io to win. No, it was just us all in. I believe my dad was there. I think Hannah might have been there night too as well.
There's a bunch of people here at the house. Casa
we had
de
the
Young,
group.
if you ever want to watch wrestling, come on with it. Let's do it.
So this was the best match of the year. I've seen it on a lot of lists, so I didn't feel like this was a shock to anybody. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go back and watch that match. It's one that you're like, if we sat down for a day to watch matches from 2025, this would be on there for sure.
Awesome. So if you were to have one person, because we're at the end of the year, Pinky, and we got a little bit of time, and I want you to think about this. Who's your top 2 wrestlers of the year? Number 2.
Well, man. Well, I mean, I'm gonna set him to the side, but John Cena kind of carried the year because of his retirement tour. So there was a lot on his back. Like it, love it, hate it. However you feel about the retirement tour, there was a lot built around that for this year. So I do think that he put in work. From a entertainer standpoint outside of Cena, man, that's a really tough one. I know that for the females, it's Io Sky. I became just a huge Io Sky fan this year because it seemed like every match she got into was a great freaking match, like without a doubt. She put on bangers, and that to me, I mean, we've seen Io Sky, but I feel like this was like the true, like now she's at the top of the mountain. So Io Sky would be one of the wrestlers of the year for me. On the men's side, until he got hurt, it would have been Kevin Owens. So if we got to remove Kevin Owens out of the mix, I'm going to throw you a curveball, Ron. Solo Sikoa. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's had great matches, but then also had the entertainer come out throughout the whole year, where like almost everything he did was entertaining. To where I'm like, do we even need the MFTs? Like, I don't think we need the MFTs. Just let Solo be Solo and have some fun with him. But that'd be my nomination for the men's wrestler of the year.
All right. So hey, I love D's. Right. That's how I'm thinking about it. So my women's wrestler of the year is Becky Lynch. She elevated the Intercontinental Championship title. She kept storylines going where Paul Heyman needed to have a little heat because of the fact that Seth Rollins got hurt. And I just really think that she elevated everybody that she came in contact with, whether it was Lyra Valkyria, whether it was Maxine Dupree. She just really did everything in her power to bring that division up. And I think she's ready to go back to the senior division to start challenging for world titles, fighting against Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and all those guys again, so she can get her name back on the top. So definitely
I love that.
Becky Lynch for me.
I love that.
For the men of the year, as much as it pains me to say this, I have to give it to Seth frickin' Rollins. He was involved in every storyline for the entire year until he got hurt. He was in with CM Punk on the first night of Raw on Netflix. He won the World Heavyweight title again. He was involved with LA Knight.
He won Money in the Bank.
He won Money in the Bank. He beat Jey Uso. He did all of these things, and he hurt himself. And he pulled off a ruse that all of you guys were captivated on that I wasn't on. And I just have to give it up to Seth because his character development and his growth as a performer, when you think that it can't get better, he found a way to be, I am a visionary. I am, all the things. So you just want to make sure that somebody like Seth Rollins gets his flowers before he's gone, and we look back at his flowers later on in life. That dude is an incredible performer. I hate him because he took CM Punk out and caused the situation to where he lost the title prematurely, but that's okay. I can still give him his flowers.
Damn.
So I would give the best female and male wrestler to the Blacks.
To the
Tyler,
Rollins household.
Right.
I love that, and I think maybe I would have gone Seth Rollins, but I was like, oh, he got hurt, so like that didn't quite. But up until Crown Jewel, he absolutely he dominated everything this year. So Seth Rollins is, and we'll say of the mid card Solo, but Seth Rollins is the main guy there, and Becky did an amazing job as well. Great picks there, Ron. Great picks.
I'm really excited about that. And you know what? Drop a like or comment with what you think the top 2 wrestlers are, the male and female wrestlers. Definitely put out what you think your top 10 list is. We get a kick out of checking it out. People DM us personally, but we want to see it on live because next year and starting next week, Master Pinky, when we have pay-per-views, we're going to start to have our picks and we're going to keep track. And
yes,
it's a dinner on the line, my friend. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold says so. But, man, it's going to be awesome in 2026. Let's get it.
As we close out 2025 and move into 2026, last question for you. We'll close out the show on this. Who's the one wrestler you want to see get that push in 2026?
Trick Williams.
Okay. Love that.
How about you?
I really want to see Oba, obviously, but I need my man Fatu to come back and raise some havoc. I need it. I miss him. Yada da mean.
You know what I mean?
No, that's my guy.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to close out. 2025 has been a miraculous year. This is when we started Smack Talk and Raw. So 2025 will always have a special place in my heart because this is where me and my boy Pink E got everything together and we started doing this thing on a weekly basis. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to get stronger. Drop a like or comment. Tell your friends if they're wrestling fans. We want to hear from you over on this side of the screen so that we can hear what it is that your thoughts are because this is your show. And I know that you have a lot of opinions, and some of those might be that this Smack Talk and Raw is not as over as I like to think about it. Well, if you don't like what we're putting down, I got 2 words for you.
Suck it!
See you in 2026, y'all.
Yeah. Smack Talking Raw. Ron and Pinky in the house. We the main event, yo, the crowd gon' scream. Cena hit the ring, you can see me theme. CM Punk pipe bomb, truth getting told. Stephanie Curve in the ring looking bold. Pinky's on the mic, Ron's got the play. Dropping hot takes every single day. Mike's blaze, crowds wild, energy tall. Monday night vibes, we bring it on. From the top rope talk to backstage brawl, it's Smack Talking Raw.